Hey guys. I don't really know how to do the introduction. So this video is going to have the sounds of my dogs in the background. I apologize. Can you go lay down, please? I know. But you had a nice walk. Okay, go lay down. Go lay down, please. I'm trying to make this not have to be edited or restarted. Go lay down, please. Thank you. Go lay down. Maybe if I just start talking. One lie down. Again, I have 4. Dogs, that is. So this video, as in the title, again, is not going to be about a puzzle. The puzzle videos are coming. But again, I kind of think that, give credit where credit is due. And that is a very, what is the word? I can't think of the right word, but it's the most inaccurate way to describe the gratitude that I have for the people that YouTubers, influencers, I'm sorry, I don't know. Are the terms interchangeable? I don't know. So I will always kind of say both to hopefully include everyone and offend no one. The fact that these people were able to create content, I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you for reliably always posting things and just being what I need for that particular moment, I guess. I don't know what to say. I don't watch the influencers I'm going to talk about. I don't necessarily watch every video they put, but probably 99.9%. And they're very, it's really interesting to watch what they can achieve and inspiring. Maybe that's the word I'm trying to think of. So without further ado, one influencer right off the top that has kind of changed how I thought about this channel. I originally thought that this channel would look and be a certain way, but after watching this influencer kind of discuss things to consider, I'm glad that I did. I apologize. I may pronounce their name Jade, a beautiful name, Jade, Jade Beason, Beason. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Again, I apologize. My name is Trez, but it's actually Trezia, Terezija. If you think in 39 years people haven't messed that up, whoa. So I understand. My apologies if I mispronounced the name. But wow, what a inspiring influencer. I just found 1 or 2 videos of how to make a YouTube video, and I certainly will be implementing those tips, tricks, techniques, strategies, feedback, what have you. Maybe I'm entering into a chapter of my life where maybe online is better for me personally than going back out into the public. Part of my PTSD problem is that, and I haven't done research into these topics for years, but I believe it's the Maslow's triangle hierarchy of needs. From my memory, the bottom is usually food, shelter, safety, all of that. And you work your way as you develop up to the top of the pyramid, where it's, I believe, self-actualization, or you feel good about yourself and you have confidence and all of that. I feel as though I'm stuck just due to some events that happened at feeling unsafe a lot of places I go. So if I've ever been in your home and I appear to be relaxed, just know I am struggling on the inside. I will touch base about that in another episode, but for this episode, I really wanted to talk about the influencers that influenced me. So, back to the first one that I named, the first influencer that I named, Jade Beason, I'm so sorry, I don't know, but I have subscribed to your channel. I'm really excited to see what recommendations that you have, because so far, after 2 videos, I'm hooked. So, so yeah, I definitely like the tempo. Jade, if I may call you by your first name, since I feel like I'm butchering your last name. Great tone of voice, accent. Oh, who doesn't love an accent? But yeah, I really appreciated the thoughtfulness in which if I can speak to you, Jade, in which you organize your videos. They're academic, in terms of, building a plan and whatnot. So I really appreciate all the feedback. I know it wasn't meant for me, but I enjoy the spoils of it, I guess, if you will, using them as a resource to help build my channel. So hopefully I can provide a platform, maybe not to help people build YouTube channels, but a platform, as I've always said, that someone can get something out of it. So thank you. Second influencer I'd like to talk about is a woman. What a lovely woman. I am so sorry, I'm blanking on her name. Wow, that's embarrassing. But we're gonna leave these videos unedited to show you just on the side, bracket. I do worry that I'm becoming forgetful. I noticed when I went off work in the summer, it's been a few months, I noticed that I would enter a room, not know why I entered the room, go to a grocery store or a retailer that I have attended many times, and blank. What do I need? Why am I here? It is getting better, and I'm not sure, is that part of the PTSD, the anxiety, the depression, all of that family, or what? Or is it early Alzheimer's? And I don't say that lightly. I know those are all heavy topics, but it was quite scary for quite a while, being 30. Yeah, I would have been 39 because I'd had my birthday. Being 39 and forgetting things. I do think that if you also suffer from forgetfulness at where you normally wouldn't, that is something you should investigate, as it may be perhaps an underlying cause for something. I have voiced my concerns to all of my counselors, and we're working towards that and determining what's going on and whatnot. So I'm okay. So if you're concerned, I have a whole team. So thank you very much. But it's time to be concerned about yourself. If you can relate to what I'm saying, that's all I mean. So I want to say her name is Sasha, but I think I'm wrong. I don't know. So the influencer or the YouTuber that I'm talking about, Maria, that's it. I think her name is Maria. Her I don't know, is this called the handle name or your logo name? I don't know what it's called. Again, I am very new to YouTube, but you would search gentle whisper or gentle whispering. I find she can come up under both search engines. What a lovely woman. Oh my goodness. So she is part of the ASMR community, or the ASMR community. Just a little pun. So for those that don't know, I forget exactly, and I should know. I apologize. I do not have a computer. My phone is my computer, as I'm sure a lot of you are in the same boat. And I'm using my phone to record this video, so I cannot Google anything right now. So it's off the top of my head, which in some aspects I like, just to see how my mind's working for that day. Am I able to connect the dots, or i.e., connect the puzzle pieces, or am I stuck? Am I just can't get out of that mental block for that moment? And that's okay. It's gonna happen. But ASMR is, I have talked about this on another channel, but ASMR is certain noises at certain levels, at certain speeds, which will result in a good feeling for the viewer. And typically, most people that explain ASMR to the public or to someone who doesn't know would say, oh, it's when people talk and it gives you tingles. I think ASMR is becoming more than that. Because for me, okay, let me not blanket an industry that I really don't know a lot about other than to be a viewer, because I've never created an ASMR video. But I don't necessarily always feel tingles, as they say. I don't like a shiver up your spine or what have you. But again, I do find ASMR can take me personally from, whoa, I'm hyper vigilant and high strung and I'm really stressed out and I don't know why I have to sing this part, but I do. I'm gonna try to not let my dogs get excited and cause a big fuss. Can you go lay down, please? Go lay down, you're okay. To about here, which, sometimes for people around you, they can't have you hyper vigilant. They need you to be more low key. I'm just seeing if my dog will go lay down. Go lay down, please, don't. Oh, the joys of real life. So what Gentle Whispers does is often I find she plays a character, which is right up my alley. So sometimes she'll speak. I'm trying to talk over my dogs walking around. I apologize. This is my life. My dogs are pretty much my best friends. So I find it hard to, put them away in a room so that you don't hear the noise of the clickety clackety paws. They're good dogs. They're used to being around me. We're going to take a little influencer break just to talk about, because it is important. My dogs have always been around me, and I find on my mental health journey, they are more tuned in to me than ever before. So I can my dogs have never been trained to be like a working like PTSD dog. I can't think of the actual name for the dogs, like a guide dog, if you will. But they certainly are, as I said, tuned in to how I am feeling. And for them, I call myself mom. They look at me for a nurturing type of relationship. So to me, even though I understand there's always that argument, like dogs are not actually children and whatnot. Of course they're not. I don't think people who call their animals their kids, are I don't know. I don't want to speak for people. If you can find the joy in having a cat or, I don't know, a bunny or a dog or, what, and if you can find the joy in something, then what is wrong with that? Nothing. Like, you're not hurting anyone? No? Okay. Anyway, let's move on from that, because I think that can be such a touchy subject for people. And I think that this is not the platform to really change people's minds about certain things. I just want to open up people's eyes to things, but not necessarily change your mind, because it's your mind. It has to be your decision about how you're gonna think about things and whatnot. Anyway, so let's kind of refocus. See, this is, my mind can scatter to so many different things. I've never been diagnosed with ADHD. I don't know what that feels like. Is that what this is? I don't know. I just know my brain is not working the same as it used to. So again, I'm really invested in this channel to keep it unedited, just so you can see that if you think you're scatterbrained, or you think you can't focus, or you think that you can't blah, 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 maybe you see some similarities and you realize, oh, it's not just a me individual thing. This is something that happens to people when blah, blah, blah. Anyway, moving on. As I would say in the puzzling videos, all right, this section, we need to move on because we're not getting anywhere, and that's okay. So, Gentle Whispers, she often becomes a character, and so I know if she is going to be a character. Sometimes she is an interior decorator / designer, I guess, just talking about to the camera as if it was a client wanting to renovate their kitchen. And so I find her videos very complete. I would assume that she scripts her videos because they're just so well done. Like, wow. Ooh, she is very I mean, every influence I talk about, I'm going to stress how inspirational they are, because just wow. It's I don't know what words can be said to really, express. I'm struggling today. I am struggling, not like the other videos. I'm sorry, guys. It is what it is. I don't want to edit these. I want you to see where the problems sometimes, come out in the run of my day, or the run of my, kind of time that we're spending together. And that's okay. But yeah, I will just kind of conclude with her about her, just saying that the videos are always well thought out. The storylines, the videos are complete with the equipment and the environment and the surroundings and what she does. So I've been watching her for at least 5 or 6 years now. Wow, like so inspirational. Another one that I quite enjoy is a influencer called TingTing, TingTing. She primarily, I believe, well, no, that's actually another one I'm going to talk about in a few moments. TingTing, another dog is walking by. I'm so sorry. I know you can probably hear the tippy-toe, 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 but I think he's going to go into another room and have a little bit of a lie down. We did a big walk this morning, and as I said, they're always off leash. So they can kind of, come and always right near me. They're never in any danger. I would never set them up for failure. What a hypocrite I would be. But they do get a chance to, on their own, determine where they're going to stop and sniff and, have their pees and poops and all that good stuff of being a dog mom. So TingTing, she has a very soothing persona. If I may take some creative liberty, I notice and I identify this, and I'm going to try and change it because it's not something I created. It's just something that I liked. And unfortunately, I think it kind of filtered into my videos in the beginning. But if you look on my channel, I believe you can see other influencers that I have subscribed to. She's a very interesting one to watch. As I said, I find her very soothing, and her intros always start the same. And if I had to mimic her intro, it's, "Hi guys, welcome back." And what I said, in case you cannot hear me, is, "Hi guys, welcome back." And it's just, when you hear that, when I hear that sentence, ooh, I am instantly taken from hypervigilant to maybe a few notches down just by that. I don't know why. For me, there's something very self-soothing in, "Hi guys, welcome back." Hence, I am not trying to steal TingTing's creative intro, but even I notice with all of my videos, I always say, "Hi guys." I do that. I have accidentally copied her intro, but please understand it was out of admiration, not out of wanting to copy or to take over. There was no ill intent. I will try to change my intro because I believe that is quite that intro is quite unique to her, and that is one thing I enjoy about her channel. Another thing that I really enjoy about her channel is, in a positive way, I was about to say how slow she goes, but don't think of it like that. The skill it takes to slow down and pause and talk slower, because I like to talk this fast, but I also like to talk this fast. I really don't. I'm just showing you the difference in the same sentence. So is the word restraint or self-control or self-awareness? I don't know, but TingTing has this way of just knowing the right tempo to go, and it is so soothing. I don't even know what some of the topics are sometimes because I just put it on and it's just that background hum noise, if you will, like that background, like, you know, I believe it's called, the phrase is white noise, but just that background noise, and it's just that speed. Because as I've always said, sound for my PTSD is horrible. I get quite triggered. Sorry, I don't know why I did air bunnies, what have you. I don't know why I get so triggered by certain sounds, but I do. So if you were to set, for anyone that's played piano and I don't know what it's called, I call it like a pace keeper. I know that's not the right, but the metronome, maybe, I don't think that's the right word. Anyway, what have you, anyone that's played piano, the device that usually sits on the piano that keeps rhythm or keeps time, so dunk, 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 something like that would send me sideways, and I don't know why. I think that because I have had some events in my life where I have felt they have been very dire situations, and just right now with my mental health, as soon as I feel some type of not restriction, that's the wrong word, but there is that too, and we'll talk about that in another video. But as soon as I start to feel some kind of pressure, I guess, things get worse for me. So TingTing's ability to slow her speech down and to really almost think about every sentence that is part of the story or part of the video. Wow. So yeah, very, very soothing videos. So we'll move on. Thank you so much, TingTing. I will try to, I will work to changing my intros. And if I catch myself, I will try and immediately recorrect in the moment. I'm just someone who is trying to do better. And if I know better, of course I'll do better. I don't ever want to make anyone feel less than or, worthless or what have you. No. That is not what this channel is about. So let's move on. Another YouTube influencer that I quite enjoy is a woman named Twix, Twix. Again, she is another ASMR influencer, enthusiast, YouTuber. Whoa, I don't know what the right hand name is. But the thing that I love about her videos is that they are always filmed in typically another language. I apologize, I should know, and typically I'd be able to Google, but as I said, my phone is my camera, and I don't want to edit these videos, so I cannot look up what the answer should be. And what's funny with that, as a side note, is some people would disagree and say these videos should be edited. But I think there is a need for transparency or authenticity these days, let alone when you're talking about mental health. How can I possibly create a platform to help people if I hide away all the messed up parts or the hard parts or what have you? How will you really connect to me if I do not show you the truth? So as I said before, there will be boundaries, and that is just for my own mental health. I am really focused on my mental health right now. So I apologize. I do not know. I believe I hate to commit. So part of the PTSD that I struggle with, a component of it, is very scared to fail, very scared to mess up. So I feel like if I say the wrong thing, that I'm going to be ridiculed, I'm going to be embarrassed, I'm going to be made to feel less than, and for a simple mistake. So I will continue with my thought process, but please be aware that if I make a mistake, I am already in my head screaming at myself. Not nice things either. I'm working towards being nicer to myself, but it's really hard. So hopefully this channel will allow me to develop some self-confidence so that I can transfer that into the world. I don't say the real world because I know that you are out there and you are really watching this, but that will allow me to transfer my confidence back into society. We'll touch on that again in another video. I just want to try my best to stay focused on just talking about the influencers. So I believe that Twix primarily features videos made in Japan. I believe that's correct. I have never been that far in the world. I have traveled, been very fortunate to travel to different parts of the world, but I've never been to China, Japan, any beautiful place like that. I would love to go, either or. Wow. But what I do enjoy is the fact that I haven't been there before, so I do get to kind of see some of the places that Twix likes to go and have her interactions with. It's always filmed in another language, and I want to say that language is Japanese. I apologize. I only speak English with a tiny bit of French. Excusez-moi. I only read English, maybe one or two phrases barely in French. And I only speak. Is that it? Oh, wow. I'm getting tired. I'm sorry. I did have counseling today, so this has been a big day about kind of, looking in and seeing where your weaknesses are and seeing hopefully where your strengths are. So I do find days that you really focus on being self-aware can be very tiring. So the thing that I like about Twix's videos, her ASMR videos, if I haven't made that clear, is that you get to see other parts of the world, and you get to see other cultures. One thing that I find very interesting on her channel is that she'll typically go to head spas. So other, the traditional, shampoo and dry and all that. But the spas or clinics, or I don't know the names that she's going to, it is intense. Scalp therapy, I think, is like emerging, and it's probably been out for years, and it's only I have just found it. So I do not mean to be insulting for businesses that have been running these scalp focused spas. I have just found you in the last few years. So anyway, but what's really interesting is that she'll show in the video going to the, let's call it a spa, going to the spa, meeting with her, it wouldn't be esthetician, I believe, but meeting with her consultant. I cannot think of a better word. Let's just use consultant, but the person who would be administering the services. So the just very general, like the shampoo and that's the same person. So, and they do show that person in the video. But what's nice is they talk about what services Twix is there to receive for that day, for that video. And then at the end, they always say a phrase to each other, which there is subtitles I can only read English, so I watch them in English. And it says, please take care of it. I don't know what actually it means, but I know the subtitles translate the phrases into please, one will say to the other, and then the other says, and it's every video, please take care of me, please take care of me too. And the thing that I've really noticed myself warming up to the idea of the cultures that really invest in putting others' needs ahead of your own. Not everyone will agree with me, and that's okay. But it is something I do strive to do. Sometimes it can go too far the other way. So often I have been with some counselors. The phrase people pleaser has come up. So unfortunately, there's nothing wrong with pleasing people to a certain degree. I am not someone who appreciates being manipulated. I do not. I would do a lot for someone, but please don't manipulate me. It makes me feel a very ugly way, and I don't like it. I don't understand when people manipulate each other, but I quite enjoy her videos because I think it just reinforces that. I don't know if it's a cultural thing because I don't know exactly what culture I'm talking about, so I'm trying not to be ignorant or what have you. But it is just really nice to watch Every video is, at the end, right before the session starts, please take care of me. Please take care of me too. I think that's a beautiful sentiment, and it's a beautiful way to think about life. So thank you, TingTing. Let's turn over to someone who I find very humorous, an influencer under the handle or the tag, I don't know what they're called, NurseJohnn. Oh, wow. I'm not going to get into my work too much, but I did work in the healthcare field. We're just going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at that, trying to drop the wheeze. But I find NurseJohnn can get right on point with, sorry, my dogs are sleeping, so now they are snoring. I do find that NurseJohnn can get on point with the videos, and often they're shorts, which is nice because even I struggle with committing to a video. So for those that are still with me on this video, thank you. You must have the patience. It's an old saying, patience of Job. I believe it's a biblical saying, but I just know it as a turn of phrase. So basically you have a lot of patience if you stuck with me this far. and I appreciate it, but it's just funny. So NurseJohnn on this channel becomes a character, creates a lot of shorts. Oh, geez, just... and also does a character from the, I believe, spouse's side of being with a healthcare provider. Without talking about my own experiences, I think a blanket, sorry, I don't know if I said that right. I think a blanket kind of generalization paragraph, if you will, if you'll allow me, would be that it's really hard to be a healthcare worker ever since, let's talk about it, COVID. Still in the dictionary, I think. So I think it's interesting, not only for the healthcare community, but the community, if you will, for the spouses or friends or family of healthcare workers, and what they had to go through and seeing maybe their friend or loved one, what have you, maybe change and struggle and whatnot. I don't know what has really attributed to my PTSD, because I don't believe it's one particular thing, and that's just my experience. But I can certainly say that COVID, working during COVID, obviously anybody would tell you, it was hard. Like, it was really hard. So I often enjoy, and I'll often take my phone and run to my husband and show him the NurseJohnn influencer in the funny video, and just be like, I'm so sorry for what, you may feel or what I put you through. And, just with, maybe you snap a little bit when, you were losing your patience over something else and took it out on your loved one. So that happens. And, just always planning, I think, just a side note, you should always plan to, an interesting idea, I don't know, I must have heard of this from somewhere, but was to often treat your close loved ones, your confidants, as strangers. And what I mean by that is talking to them with manners, because I can guarantee you that I have talked to my mom and my husband. Those are my two big support systems. And sometimes, I have been rude, I've interrupted, I've yelled, I've, said names, I've done things that I don't think is right. But at the time, it's so hard. Can we just acknowledge how hard it is when you have all of these emotions, trying to articulate them in the right way at the right time, in the right message, so that it's going to be heard. Because for my relationship, we need to communicate a certain way now, because I am, at the moment, I am more sensitive to tone of voice, volume of voice, what is being said. It's, so let's light it up again. Let's make it more lighthearted again. NurseJohnn does a really good way of, I think, encouraging people to laugh at themselves. Like, they're healthy videos because they show the struggles, but they're funny. So NurseJohnn, you are very humorous, and I don't know what else to say other than I'm not sure if you truly worked in healthcare, but your ability to capture the struggle of the healthcare worker is on point. So keep doing what you're doing, because you're doing a great job. Not that my opinion matters. Well, how do I say that? My opinion matters to me, but not that my opinion matters to anyone else. Who else do I like? Newer influencers that I have found, influencers that I have recently found would be Goodnight Moon. She commits, often reminds me of Gentle Whispers. She will commit to the story and to the character. The elaborate makeup, I don't mean contouring and all these beautiful tricks, and not tricks, but applications that people can do. Wow, like you see my face is bare of makeup. I really never got into makeup, so I don't know how to do it. I wish I looked, maybe not so, maybe do I look stressed? I don't know. Maybe I just look like this all the time. The sweater, of course, I wore it on previous videos. It is just my it's winter. I'm about to puzzle house sweater, if you will. To my audience, I don't mean to be insulting in not doing a lot of prep and making sure that I am on point, as I guess the phrase would be. But again, I just want to show you the authenticity of, maybe how I'm doing at the moment, and just see kind of how you're doing, because not every day is easy. So we'll move on. But Goodnight Moon, she commits to her characters. I think she uses prosthetics as well to create these characters, and it's almost as if a fantasy world. I do watch television and movies frequently, and I think, as I said before, we are in the golden age of television. And I often enjoy kind of those fantasy, the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit, all of that. And she can really go there with characters. So very, very interested to continue to follow her. I did subscribe to her as well. I've subscribed to all of the people that I'm talking about. I don't believe I'm forgetting anyone else. So Gentle Whispers, Twix, TingTing, NurseJohnn, Goodnight Moon. I do believe that's all that I'm going to talk about today. If I missed anyone, I apologize. Maybe I just hadn't found your channel yet. And of course, Jade, you specifically gave me the behind the scenes of how to do it. In a sense, I probably will be referencing your videos on how to do better. Your videos are so well thought out and so well organized and so, and you communicate in such a way that I find it very easy to follow. So I'm very interested to see where the future goes with that. But I think I'm going to wrap it up today and talking about the influencers. Hopefully you guys have really enjoyed this. Hopefully, if you weren't aware of these influencers, oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot one. And this is the part that is embarrassing because I forget her name. I want to say her name is Gabby. I have only found her videos in the last maybe 6 months, a year. But she creates these videos and shorts. The shorts are quite funny, where she has her character she is an aunt to, I don't know if it's a niece or a nephew. I've never determined it. It's not a big deal to me. So, I just move on. That point doesn't even, I just let that roll off my back. I don't know why that point is so important for some people in life, but anyway, regardless, let's move on. She is the aunt to the niece or nephew, and she often she calls when she's speaking to the camera, of course, but when she's speaking to her audience, she often says, and I'm going to take creative liberty and just borrow your phrase for a minute. I believe your name is Gabby. Hello, Mumshkity. How may I be of service? And it's just her being an aunt and being a cool aunt. I believe her aunt character is not interested in having kids, but is the best aunt in the world to her niece or nephew. I find that video, her channel, very interesting to watch. She's quite intelligent. She's very funny, and her content, I believe, covers more than just one issue, which I like. I find she is perhaps, and this channel is not a comparison. This is just me talking about individual people at specific times. But her channel, we'll talk sometimes about her struggling or her feeling this way. And of course, it is easy for me to identify with those feelings of, that particular feeling of struggle or, failure or what have you. But it's done in such a way that not every video is, I would say, heavy like that. And her videos are not heavy. My videos are heavy, and I know that. But her videos are funny, but will still kind of make you think about things and maybe not be so hard on yourself, or maybe build up some self-confidence and what have you. So I think that is complete. I think that's why I was kind of struggling with closing the video, because I felt like there was one more influencer that I just hadn't really mentioned. So my apologies. I watch all of you repeatedly. So thank you for inspiring me to join your community of online. As I said, I've been offline for 8 to 10 years, I think. Certain platforms were not good for me as they antagonized my insecurities. And I would just stress about certain aspects of that platform. And it just wasn't worth it for me. Maybe I'll return in the future. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Right now, I don't know. So that being said, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. It is becoming quite a long video. It's going to be very hard not to edit this, but that's okay. Sometimes puzzles, let's relate it back to puzzles. Sometimes puzzles take a lot longer than you thought they would. And that's okay. You're not failing. You're doing the best you can. And it's just a puzzle. So go lay down, please. Go lay down. But so as my dog's walking around now and probably wanting supper, and yes, I'm that paranoid. I think that they understand the word, so I have to spell it. I just want to say to all the influencers that I've mentioned, thank you for having the strength to put yourself out there. Thank you for having enough, what is the word? What I'm trying to say is still having the kid in you to have fun, because I hope when you're creating your videos that they're fun. That is the whole point of me talking about puzzles. I don't know why. I find puzzles so much fun. It's just such a way to engage your brain and all of that, which I've already talked about, so we won't rehash. But not taking yourself so seriously. I personally struggled with going back online, and I understand it is only one platform, YouTube, and I think I'll probably stay there, only on there, and not expand into other platforms for a while. But I often felt like it would be embarrassing to have a YouTube channel. I say that not to be insulting to anyone, because that is no one else's struggle except for my own insecurity. I don't know why I felt like that for so long, because I feel so good talking to the camera right now and possibly talking to crickets. But even if I could provide a platform for one other person to see and to not feel alone. So to all the influencers that I watch on a regular basis that I mentioned today, thank you for, as I said, putting yourself out there. Thank you for creating inspirational content. Thank you for creating a whole community where someone who is struggling can feel safe. That is unmeasurable. So we will leave it there for today. This was a heavy episode. Not every episode is going to be like this, but I just thought it was important to give credit where credit is due. So many times nowadays, can I talk to the manager? Oh, that's going to be something negative. And I often, when I have the time, and I do try every time, if I have really good customer experience, and it doesn't have to be, oh, wow, they amazed me. It's not about that, because I think about today is just about recognizing the small achievements. So, just recognizing when someone just, was helpful, and acknowledging, telling someone about that. I think, let's try to cure some problems with love, as they say, and I'm sure some people rolled their eyes when I said that, but what's the alternative? Like the alternative to me of love is hatred, which is funny because I believe truly that hatred is still a form of love, in terms of true hatred to me is indifference. Because I know myself when I love something, and I know when I hate something, and even when I say, oh, I hate that, and I hate that person, or I hate that situation, or I hate that, or I hate that puzzle, or what have you, I'll still probably talk about it or them or about it, what have you, because I'm still in my head. But if you can have true indifference, I don't know. Is indifference a good thing? Is indifference a bad thing? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it's just really important, I think, to promote positivity these days. So hopefully, starting this video right before the holidays, and hopefully we'll continue this channel into the new year. So maybe 2024 for some people can be just, maybe try to acknowledge something positive once a day, the plus of your day, which would be really good. So anyway, hopefully this video was helpful for you, was entertaining for you. And if you said, oh, not watching this, well, cool, maybe turn in for a different video, because not every video is going to be like this. All right, time to stop talking. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe to my channel down below or like this video. I'm going to have to start saying that if I plan to have a platform at all and build this up. And that's okay. So please subscribe to my channel and like this video. And yeah, we'll see what videos come in the future. All right. Thanks, guys. And as always, come puzzle with me and my PTSD.